What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, my friends. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 18th day of March. Here we are sitting at about $455 with roughly 9 hours and 50 minutes left in the day. We are moving down a little bit, and I think that was to be expected, right? We're not too surprised by this move, nor should we be discouraged. Okay, we are down about 3.4%, while Bitcoin's down 2.3%. It's a little bit more, but that's okay. We still have higher lows. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Unfortunately, if we're looking at this 4 hour time frame here, this 4 hour dynamic, let's just see. You know, this little kind of Eve and Eve double bottom that we were expecting a breakout to happen from here. This didn't work out. But again, yesterday I was kind of detailing why I don't expect that to happen anyway. So unfortunately, this double bottom's not working out. We still have very serious potential for this double bottom here to play out, this Adam and Eve kind of figure here to play out. And again, even if we go below these lows, I doubt it would be by much. I doubt it would be for long. And I genuinely believe that we would still see some upside from there that would take us back to the upper limits of these areas here and break us out of this downtrend. We'll get into all that later in this video, but let's get into the short-term stuff first and just see where we're going. I don't expect that we'll drop too much more, but we really could see slightly lower lows. It is possible. You know, something that I've noticed here right away just looking at this is that this drop, first off, it's robust. It's very fast. There's really not that much volume. I mean, sure, on average, it's more than what we've had throughout this whole kind of gap here, but it's really not that much volume still. We had a lot more volume on the way up than we do on this move down. It's kind of interesting. I would expect, and I do expect, that we will probably make a fast move back up, right? We had a lot of volume here, for example, and that wasn't enough to send us higher. We got very little volume here, and we're going to drop lower. I don't know if I really expect that to happen. 1 hour RSI, pretty oversold. Pretty oversold. We're at the 10. Very weak readings. On the 1 hour time frame, let's just see here actually, if it'll load. Come on, Bitcoin Cash, I know you can do it. I guess our all-time history only goes back here. We don't really get this low, you guys, too often. And we certainly don't go too much lower. Let's see. The last time, I'm going to delete these so that it's just easier to see this. You know, here, quick drop. Oh, and look at that. A quick rip back to the upside. Quick drop. Look at that. A quick rip. V-shaped recovery both times there. We go down here. Drop. Quick rip up. We're pretty close here. Didn't really, that's not really anything. We're just moving sideways and choppy. Here, quick dip and a quick rip up. I would bet maybe by the end of today, if not sometime tomorrow, the 19th, we're at 453 now. We'll probably be back at like 470 or higher. So that's encouraging. That's nice. Let's put everything else on there. Let's see here. So the 1 hour time frame, it kind of makes sense we'd find support here, right? Because, well, prior resistance, prior support. I might have to go long on Bitcoin Cash here. I actually might have to do that. So I'm probably going to make this video quick so that I can snag a good price. I think right before the stock market opens, it's perfect timing, actually. Really good. I'm going to go long, yeah. I haven't made too many trades this year. I've probably, I can count all the trades I've made, like leverage trades on one hand that I've made this year. This is one of them that I'm going to take because I think it'll be easy. I'm not going for the big swing. I'm not going for the huge swing. I'm just like, I'm going to take this. We get back up to 470, I'll probably take profits, and it'll be like a 10x leverage position or something like that, maybe a 5x leverage even. Nothing big. Take that 4% move, turn it into a 15 to 20% move, yeah. And whenever I do trade, by the way, I don't really talk. This is the first time I've talked about leverage trading all 2026. I don't really talk about it because I don't want to encourage it. I don't think it's something that anybody should do. You know, I've had my fun and my woes with leverage trading. And the reality is 90% of us out there, we're going to lose money if we leverage trade, and you're going to lose it fast, okay? Even the experts, there's people, there are pro traders whose opinions you should regard and respect, who lost money in this last bull market because the markets are very manipulated. So I would just say stay away from leverage trading, but nonetheless, a good way to protect against that might be instead to spot trade, so that if you're going long and the price keeps dropping, at least you bought Bitcoin Cash. And if you're spot trading, you're not going to lose that value. There's no risk of liquidation. Anyways, don't leverage trade, kids. Don't do it. Okay. Monkey see, monkey don't do. 453 here. Dropping with low volume. I mean, I just have a high degree of certainty that we're probably going to see some upside volatility from this. Again, based off that 1 hour as well. Maybe go down to the golden ratio, 451, 447. But again, Bitcoin Cash does like to find support for whatever reason. Not at the golden ratio, but between the golden ratio and the 0.5. And we're right in that zone now. So a little bit of volatility. Maybe we come back up here, and perhaps we do continue to see lower prices. But right up here, it's like 470. That's your resistance point there. We don't have the low established yet, so I'm not going to take a fib there. But the RSI on the 1 hour is very oversold. The 4 hour RSI is also pretty oversold. We can go lower, certainly. The stochastics are oversold. The MACD is actually right at a point where you'd expect it to kind of consolidate and accumulate and bounce. Hopefully, even if it's a small bounce, you just wouldn't. I wouldn't expect that it just breaks through right now, but anything can happen. That's also why, I wouldn't recommend leverage trading. Looking at this here, lower highs throughout this on the daily time frame. Lower highs here. A little bit of lower lows as well. We could certainly make our way back down into the oversold zone. Again, even if we bounce from here, don't get excited. We could go up to 470. That doesn't mean that we are moving up from there. It could. It really could. And we could be moving up above. This could be the V-shaped recovery that sends us above $700. But at this point in time, I'm not so certain of what we do. Do we come up here? Do we find resistance and then we come down lower? I could really see that happening. Could we break out and go higher? I could see that happening too. I think we should just wait and see. One way or another, though, I am expecting upside volatility between today and tomorrow. We should see like a $20 move to the upside between today and tomorrow. That's my thoughts. The stochastics are a dead giveaway with this because the blue line here, while bearish, it looks very bearish, right? Because they're crossed down. When the blue line is this far away from the orange line, that divergence is just so extreme. Typically, you see some type of regulation back to the norm. What's the word I'm looking for? Reverberation back to the norm. MACD's bearish overall. I think on the note of reverberating back to the norm, I think that we still have some upside to go. So I've got a lot of different thoughts here, okay? And they all kind of pull together. So here's my thought, right? Again, we might see a little bit of volatility to the upside. That doesn't mean that we're absolved of going lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we did go lower. I'm starting to gain a little bit of confidence that we actually don't go below these lows and that we maintain a higher low kind of dynamic, but we're still in this sideways boring range for a little while. By the end of the month, it's the 18th now, I would think by the end of the month we will be making our way to breaking out to the upside here. And overall, we do that if we get a breakout with actual volume. if we're not just breaking out with pathetic looking volume here, but with real volume doesn't have to be above here. It just has to be above here. We just have to see an increase in the relative trend. If we can break out and we're getting volume to increase, that would look really good. And I expect that when that happens, that'll be the commencement of a move that will take us above this level here. If that's the case, I think we're in a giant Adam and Eve double bottom W pattern, and that inevitably should take us above $700. And then the real fun starts. I mean, first and foremost, who wouldn't love to see from here, 453, $700 price or more? Who wouldn't love to see that? That would be awesome. But even if it stops there and we're still consolidating here, that would be a fun little rally for a little bit of time. But also the question comes back into mind: are we breaking out? Are we breaking out of this overall range? Are we breaking out of this overall range? Are we finally seeing the move that will take Bitcoin Cash up to thousands of dollars? And for a while there, I've been thinking that yes, anytime we come back up here, if we get above this high, that's what's going to happen. But lately, I've been thinking, just because we're in the spirit of this bear market for Bitcoin and uncertain times for crypto right now, I'm thinking that we will be range bound. I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going to have a bear market. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think this is its bear market, and then it's going to start its bull market off with a bang, you guys. It's going to start it off with a huge bang. It's going to be a showstopper, spotlight stealer. It's going to be an attention hog because it's going to do such phenomenal things. And this move in itself is really not that phenomenal. I mean, it's great. It's great going from like where we are now, up to $1,000, probably actually more, multiple thousands of dollars. It's a great move. It's fantastic. It's a crypto-like move. But what's great about it is not the percentage move. It's the fact that we are breaking out of a historical sloping downtrend line. We're breaking out of a historical consolidation triangle here, and I mean, the sky's the limit at that point. Like there's a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting dynamics that play out from that. So, but again, in the heart of a bear market, I don't know if I heard a bird hit the window or if that was my daughter. In the heart of a bear market, it might be harder to do. Whereas at the very end of a bear market, which I'm thinking will be Q3 of this year, that'll be easier to do. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to lock in along. Take care. Bye-bye.